The book of Isaiah, chapters 31 and 32. Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help and who depend on horses. They trust in the abundance of chariots and in the large number of horsemen. They do not look at the Holy One of Israel, and they do not seek the Lord. But he also is wise and bring disaster. He does not go back on what he says. He will rise up against the house of the wicked and against the allies of evildoers. Egyptians are men, not God. Their horses are flesh, not spirit. When the Lord raises his hand to strike, the helper will stumble, and those who his help will fall, both will perish together. For this is what the Lord said to me, as a lion or young lion growls over its prey when a band of shepherds is called out against it, and it is not terrified by their shouting or subdued by their noise. So the Lord of armies will come down to fight on Mount Zion, excuse me, on its hill. Like hovering birds, so the Lord of armies will protect Jerusalem. By protecting it, he will rescue it. By sparing it, he will deliver it. Return to the one the Israelites have greatly rebelled against. For on that day, every one of you will reject the silver and gold idols that your hands have sinfully made. Then Assyria will fall, but not by human sword. A sword of devour him will devour him, but not one made by man. He will flee from the sword. His young men will be put to forced labor. His rock will pass away because of fear, and his officers will be afraid because of the signal flag. This is what the Lord's declaration is, whose fire is in Zion and whose furnace is in Jerusalem. Indeed, a king will reign righteously, and rulers will rule justly. Each will be like a shelter from the wind, a refuge from the rain, like flowing streams in a dry land, in the shade of massive rock in the arid land. Then the eyes of those who see will not be closed, and the ears of those who hear will listen. The reckless mind will gain knowledge, and the stammering tongue will speak clearly and fluently. A fool will no longer be called a noble, nor a scoundrel said to be important, for a fool speaks foolishly, and his mind plots iniquity. He lives in a godless way and speaks falsely about the Lord. He leaves the hungry empty and deprives the thirsty of drink. The scoundrel's weapons are destructive. He hatches plots to destroy the needy with lies, even when the poor person says what is right. But a noble person plans noble things. He stands up for noble causes. Stand up, you complacent women. Listen to me. Pay attention to what I say. You overconfident daughters in a little more than a year. You overconfident ones will shudder, for the grapes will fail, and the harvest will not come. Shudder, you complacent ones. Tremble, you overconfident ones. Strip yourselves bare and put sackcloth around your waist. Beat your breast in mourning for the delightful fields and the fruitful vines, for the ground of my people, growing thorns and briers. Indeed, for every joyous house in the jubilant city, for the palace will be deserted, the busy city abandoned, the hill and the watchtower will become barren places forever. The joy of wild donkeys in a pasture for flock, until the Spirit from on high is poured out on us. Then the desert will become an orchard, and an orchard will seem like a forest. Then justice will inhabit the wilderness, and righteousness will dwell in the orchard. The result of righteousness will be peace. The effect of righteousness will be quite confident forever, when my people will dwell in a peaceful place, in safe and secure dwellings. But hail will level the forest, and the city will sink into depths. You will be happy as you sow seed beside the abundant water, and as you let oxen and donkey reign freely